State of Idaho going to court against the federal government isn't a new thing. From tribal lands to water rights to abortion laws. If it seems to happen more frequently recently, well, you're not wrong, because how often it happens does seem to depend on who's in charge in D.C. But a North Idaho town of about 1,000 people says they are now facing a federal lawsuit, one that was sought during the Biden administration, but was finally filed under President Trump's Department of Justice. It's a battle over how a controversial church wants to use space within that city. Church members call it religious discrimination. City says it's simply a violation of city code. Troy, Idaho would rather this be resolved outside of court. But as they told Joe Paris, it does take two to tango.
The response is in. The city of Troy, Idaho has filed their arguments to the federal government over accusations that they are discriminating a religious group looking to worship in their city.
And we have asserted a number of affirmative defenses and defenses. The city simply does not believe it's discriminating against anybody.
Todd Richardson is the city attorney for Troy. He has worked to explain that a rejection of a conditional use permit filed by Christ Church in Troy, an affiliate church of the one in Moscow, has nothing to do with religious beliefs or affiliations.
Since 1998, at least, I haven't found the comprehensive plans going before that, but since at least 1998, this 2-block section of downtown has been designated as a turn-of-the-century shopping district. And we're trying to make sure our zoning reflects that and keeps that. And so when a church wanted to come in and have a lot of activities, I mean, we're talking about 50 to 150 activities a year with between 50 and 150 people, and that's between 5 and 15% of the whole population of the town, 1 to 3 times a week, that overwhelms the zone.
I'm the owner of a building in Troy, Idaho, and I submitted a conditional use permit to allow my building to be rented by a church.
Matt Meyer is an elder within Christ Church of Troy, an affiliate church of the one in Moscow, Idaho. He saw the rejection of the conditional use permit as a violation of the Religious Land Use and Institutionalized Persons Act. We spoke with Meyer earlier this year, and he says there hasn't been an issue with the use of an event center in downtown Troy.
Things that were raised as critical issues never came to pass. There were no parking issues. There was no traffic issues. There were no problems with the neighborhood. There was no sound. There was no anything.
The city of Troy says the DOJ lawsuit filed this year seeks to invalidate their community-driven process and impose outside priorities on Troy's limited downtown area, the city's primary economic engine and heart of their small-town identity, they say.
All churches are welcome in Troy. We welcome them with open arms. We want people to come and make Troy home. It's a beautiful, wonderful, welcoming community, and we mean it. But we also want to have a 2-block turn-of-the-century walking business district.
Richardson says the city of Troy really wants to solve this outside of a courtroom, something that has been a challenge from their perspective.
It's certainly something we have been willing to talk to Christ Church about. They wouldn't engage. We've been willing to talk to Department of Justice about. They wouldn't engage. We're still willing to try to resolve this because there is a solution that will be best for everybody.
The city and their leadership want other small Idaho towns to see what's happening. They see this as big government encroaching on the smallest level of politics.
The frustration level that I have and the council has is really high when every time we say to DOJ, what is it you wanted us to change? And they said, we can't tell you. Well, how can we fix this if you won't share with us what you want fixed? Well, we can't tell you. Okay, then we're going to step forward. Oh, now we're going to accuse you in our complaint about changing it. Well, the RLUPA, the Religious Land Use and Incarcerated Persons Act that we're dealing with, it has a safe harbor. It has a provision designed for if you made a mistake, fix it, and the lawsuit goes away. It is designed on the federal level to push this back down to the low levels to fix it.
It all leaves a lot of questions for the leaders and the people of Troy that see this as government overreach.
Why won't the federal government talk to the local level and fix it? And is it that they don't know how to fix it? I don't know. Is it that they're looking for a win so they can put it out on a press release? I don't know. Neither one of those makes a good sense to me because I'm sure they know how to fix it. And a press release, that's a lousy way to run a government. We need to have governments that work for the people because they are supposed to be governments of, by, and for the people. A win for the city of Troy is pretty simple. We maintain a community, we maintain good relations with everybody in the community, and we bring them together for a resolution that works for the city of Troy. We're willing to work with them, we want to work with them, but it's got to be a City of Troy resolution, not a federal government resolution.
Richardson says they expect this to go to trial within the next 8 to 18 months. Their ultimate goal, though, is to still solve this at the most local level possible, and that would be a city council session. The church, by the way, has been allowed to continue to use the event centers in downtown in violation of the conditional use permit and code in the area. A solution, in the mind of the City of Troy leaders, would have the church using the former Troy High School, which is 800 feet from the disputed location and outside Troy's historic commercial district.